Hey there, it's Chris from Outbound Terrain. Hey, this is part 2. I know that the long videos are very technical and they're going to take a while to watch. This part 2 is pretty long, but it kind of gets really into it, and I try to go slow with it. So if some guy has the same problem, like I said, I had this old 283 block, the 327s, some of the straight 6 Chevy motors were the same way. They had a crankshaft and they had a balancer pressed on it from the factory, and it wasn't really a harmonic balancer. It was just a counterweight or just a plate, a weighted plate. Now, after you rebuild your engine or whatever, you got a modern motor, you put all the new parts in it, you need a harmonic balancer, right? So if you can't bolt one onto the crankshaft, you got a problem. So basically what this is going to show you how to do is tap that out, the end of the snout, so you can put a bolt through there, and then bolt on a new harmonic balancer. And that's really about it. It's pretty simple, and I hope you enjoy it. And like I said, it's kind of lengthy, but have a good day. Thanks, and I'll see you. Hello, it's just continuing this series about how we're going to tap this crankshaft. This is Chris. Once again, hey, and continuing with the video. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to tap this out. This is a 1962 Chevy small block 283, which I'm going to put in my little hot rod here. I'll talk about that later. Anyways, on these guys and the 327s in that era, this is a forged crank. We're going to tap this because there's no bolt on there. The 327, same thing. This kit covers those too. So basically what we want to do is tap this so we can put a modern balancer on there. Okay, harmonic balancer, the engine produces a lot of harmonic vibrations, and this pretty much dampens it and saves your crankshaft, because, you know, if you didn't have it, the crank would get some damage because of the up and down movement of the pistons and the rods and all that crap. I don't want to get into it. Anyways, the hub. So this is what came with the motor originally in 1962. I got the motor, it was completely torn down and rebuilt the right way. So basically when I was putting it back together, I just, you know, later down the line, it's like, oh crap, I got to tap this. And it wasn't at the machine shop, I had just gotten it. So it's in the engine. So I had, you know, I'm putting this truck together, so the radiator is gone. None of the front end stuff's on there, so I can just, you know, I got plenty of room to get a drill in there to tap that. Now, if you're doing it when it's in the truck or in the car, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I think you're going to have to use a little bit of ingenuity, good old American ingenuity. Anyways, here it is, 1962 crankshaft hub, they called this, and it's not really a balancer, it's just a hub that sat on here that you could put your pulleys on, right? In the old days, to run your water pump and your alternator and all that other, you know, that kind of stuff. So there it is in all its glory. I took it off. It's an antique. I can see the dog peed all over it, so that makes for a great theatrical presentation. So anyways, thank you, puppy. We'll put that away. Makes a great boat anchor too. It's heavy. So this is our harmonic balancer. I just got this from Speedway. It's a great one. I've designed for this motor, but they're all fit pretty much, that are, you know, for the small block 327. So here it is. We want to put this modern one on there, but there's a problem. Okay, we don't have a bolt to hold this mama on there. Now these guys in the old days just pressed on. I think Chevy used these 2 4-holes and used some kind of a tool to push it on while it was in the factory being built, this motor in 1962. Anyways, I can't keep my, you know, I don't have any way to keep this thing on because of the bolt. I keep going back to that. But anyways, we're gonna have to tap this out, so this guy will stay on there. I could get a new one of these and press it on. You know, I could do that, but I'm just afraid one day if this thing's on, or a newer one, and I'm leaning over the engine and this guy would decide to let loose, and that would be some carnage. I've heard of these things, hot rodders have told me these things have gone through a fender, and they were found spinning in somebody's front yard. So, and gone through the hood and gone, yeah, it's just, they're dangerous. You don't know when they're going to come off. It's, you know, crapshoot, Russian roulette or whatever. Taking your chances. So we're going to get rid of that. So that's it. Here's the crank. The end of the crank. Now the 327s and the 283s, just so you know, these are an inch shorter than a regular crank. Maybe the 350s later, 350s. So this is shorter. So basically, when you put this guy on, this is, I'm just telling you, because it's going to, I looked into this, it's going to stick out a little bit, because the crank's only going to come to about here, because it's an inch shorter. But that's okay. That's the way the old one was too, and you just, you know, put your bolt in there. So that's about it. I just want to give you a little prelim on what we're going to do. That's the goal. I will talk to you later with a new video. And that's it. Hope you have a good day. From sunny Northern California, this is Chris. Thanks, man. Hello, this is Chris again. Just want to continue with the tapping of our crankshaft. I want to go over this kit. And this is the only one I could find on the web, the internet, is this this kit from, I think it's MrHotRod6.com is the name of the website. And basically, you can order it on there. This thing's 135 bucks, I believe. Right around there, and that's what I got. So I'm going to go over some of the pieces I'm going to use real quick that came with this kit. The first one is the housing that fits on the they call it the main fixture, that fits on the end of the crank right there, and you can see it's got some little Allen bolts that you use your Allen wrench to get those on with, and I think the Allen wrench size is 1/4, I believe. I'll have to check again. Anyways, so that's the main fixture. That's going to go on the crank. Now it's got a step down sleeve that goes in here. This little step down sleeve goes inside here like that when you're drilling, right? So that goes inside. So when this thing's on the crank, this steps it down so you can get this guy in there. Now this is a this is the neck. I put them in order of, you know, how we're going to do it. You know, the main fixture, the step down, which would be right here, that goes next, and then what's going to be used to tap out the original pilot hole is this guy right here. And this is a let's see, looks like a 1/4 inch, I believe. 1/4 inch, let me get it here. Yeah, it's 1/4 inch HSS, which just means high speed steel, which is a just a harder bit that doesn't generate as much heat as a normal bit would do. Anyways, sorry about the ambient noise. I live out in the suburbs in a neighborhood, and it's amazing how much ambient noise is generated here. I'm right in the flight path of the airport too, so the jumbo jet's flying real low, and I'm always worried about a piece of the aircraft flying, you know, coming off the plane and crashing through my roof. Anyways, little hidden fears. Other than that, I just wanted to go over that, and sorry about the noise once again. Anyways, I'm holding the camera because I don't have anybody to help me today. So far so good. The 1/4 bit, right, that starts it. Goes in there like that. You start it. Use lots of cutting oil if you can. Sorry, kind of wobbly with the camera here. That goes in there to start it, right? All right. So let's move on to the next bit. And this thing is a 2564. It's the same thing, HSS high-speed steel, which doesn't generate as much heat and it cuts better. Saves your bit. So you don't have to go buy 10 of these things, because that the crank's forged steel. Back in the 60s, the engine, the 283, I'm going to tap. All those cranks are forged steel cranks. Anyways, this is the bit we're going to use. The larger one, after the pilot is drilled, we're going to use this guy. You know, this is going to stay on the, actually stay on the crank, the end of the crank, tighten down. And we're going to use this guy to tap the final pilot hole, right, or hole. And pretty much after that, there's the tap. Now all these, this is a 7/16 20, I believe, and it's the same HSS, good stuff, made in Bosnia, good old Bosnia. Anyways, I guess they made some good steel and metal over there, but anyways, not made in Taiwan, thank God. But anyways, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So that's the tap, 7/16 20 TPI, which of course means threads per inch, TPI on the guy. So that's that's from the factory. Here's one of the factory replacement balancer bolts. That's what we're going to use. You know, same thing, 17, rented lips, 7/16 to 20. So those are the tools we're going to use. It got a handle and a tap handle to drive the tap in there. So that's it. That's what we're going to start with, and I'll see you on the next video. We'll kind of get going. Thank you. It's Chris. Bye. Hey, back again. I'm going to run through this. We're going to tap this thing, okay? This is where the freaking rubber hits the road, dude. All right, here we go. All right, so what I did, now I taped this up. I put tape all around here. Around there's this little seal in here, you know about that. Anyways, I taped all this up because I don't want shavings in my timing chain cover in the case. Dude, you don't want that. That's not a good thing. You don't want that crap. You know, those metal shavings going up inside your motor and be mayhem. Anyways, we're ready to go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this. Now what I did, I cleaned all the burrs off of this. I used some really fine emery cloth and some steel wool, real fine steel wool. Clean this up nice and clean. Put a little machine oil on there. Use cutting oil or whatever. Put a little bit of that on there. And I'm sorry about the noise again. Yes, freaking whatever. Anyways, lubed it up pretty good. It's ready to go. Nice and lubricated for this to go on. So I'm going to put this on. This is the fixture. I put a little bit of tape around it to protect the the surface of this thing, and I put a pair of vice grips on. It's just easier to get this thing on. That looks like a big condom. Remember, kids, when you're going in, always wear a hat. Safety first. Anyways, going all the way in. I'm gonna tap a little bit. So it's on there, man. It's seated. It's up against. That's as far as it goes. So it's ready to go, basically. Now you can tighten these up. They're kind of hard to reach. If you want to make it really seat, I didn't have to because it's on there pretty snug. But that's what these Allen screws are for. I mean, you can tighten it up. You can get in there. It's kind of hard to get in there and do that. But it's right up against the butt of that crank, the end. So it's good. So what I'm going to do, it's set. It's not going to go anywhere. Like I said, it's lots of this stuff, lots of oil and some cutting oil in there. I always want to use that whenever you do this kind of stuff. Just makes it easier on the equipment. Cuts smoother and you get a better job. Anyways, here's the sleeve. This is the housing, right? We're set up. We got to get a pilot hole. So we're going to put this guy in there. And I hope you can see this. It's kind of a crappy video, I'm the cameraman. It's a one-man operation. It's amazing. This goes in here. Sorry about all the ums. It's California speak, how that goes. Anyways, so that's in there. That's the sleeve. Now what you're going to do is find your drill. It's that 1/4 inch bit, right? And hook it up to the drill. Now I already did this. I already tapped it out, I wanted to show you a few things. So basically, when you're going in, you want to lube this up and lube the drill bit up. You're going in, right? All the way in there. Drill it. It's already, like I said, it's already got threads. I don't want to jack it up. But anyways, you're going in. Just drill it slow. Nice and easy, man. You don't want to do that. You don't need to frickin' tack out your drill. And that's poor, metal work anyway. You don't want to do that. Nice and slow. So let's say you're bottomed down. And what I did to know how deep I was, here's a screwdriver. And I put a piece of tape on it. And I went, the book says inch and a half, I believe. A little over an inch and a half. 1.56 or something inches deep on a stock Chevy crankshaft. So I had to find that out. Nobody seemed to know. So that goes in this way. So I'm just showing you what I did. So that's about 2 inches from the lip, roughly, all the way to the bottom. So just so you know. But what I'm saying is, while you're drilling this thing out, every once in a while, pull this thing out. There's going to be chips in here and shit. So you want to do is get your compressed air, which is your friend. Wear goggles. Like I said, safety first. Always, because you don't want one of these chips in your eyeball. Trust me. It's called a corneal abrasion. You open your eyes, it scratches your cornea, and that's a trip to the ER. Trust me, I've done it before. It's a no bueno. Anyways, blow it out. Get all the chips and crap out of there. I usually blow the dome out too. It's better. And sometimes the drill bit. Sometimes you get stuff all over here. You pros know that. Some of these younger guys probably don't know that. I'm just trying to, doing the best I can with this thing. So anyways, that's done. Just keep backing it off. Drill. Where's the sleeve? Anyways, put the sleeve in there. Keep drilling. This is going to stay in regardless. Drill until you get your depth. You got your depth at 2 inches. That's where you're good. All right, pull the sleeve out. He said blow all the air out again. Got to give it a good blow. Now you're ready to use your bigger bit. So same thing. Just put it on there, nice and snug. Make sure it's all the way up and it stops, nice and snug. Now you're going to use your larger bit. It's right here. And same thing, man. You're going to go slow. You don't want to go too fast with this. You want to go slow. Nice, easy, and sorry about the noise. My Chinese neighbors out there again. Anyway, so slow, go in. And like I said, I don't want to jack it up, so I'm going slow. I don't want to hit the threads that I just, tapped out. So anyways, there you go. So far, so good. I mean, that's the second hole drilled out. So anyways, what I'm going to do now is tap it. So I got my tap right here. It's ready to go. And I'm going to take this, it's the same thing, man. I'm going to take this dome and put it back on there, this housing. So it's back on there. It's ready to go, okay? So I got my my tap. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some oil on here. Get that nice and lubed up. And we're ready to go. Yeah, make sure you got, like I said, get all that shit out of there. You don't want to screw up your job. Okay, so you're going and it's gonna take it a few turns to get to get to the crankshaft hub. Now this thing's cool. I think this was a pretty ingenious idea these guys did, because this thing's going to make sure you get a nice straight approach in all the way. So I'm going to go, and this thing's going to pretty much bottom out. So the threads are in there. Like I said, I don't want to mess with it, and they're really good, but I'll show you that. They do a really good job. This is a cool kit. It's 135 bucks for Mr. Hot Rod 6, and it works on some other, like the straight 6s, the 250s, and some other ranges. You can there's a kit they make that you can use for those. But anyways, you straight in. Now it stops pretty soon, you know, it'll stop, and then what you're going to do is you're going to tap this. You're going to go slow. You're going to go very slow. You're going to do maybe half a crank or 3/4 of a crank, and you're going to back out. You'll feel the chips kind of, you know, get off the tip there and in the threads. Same thing, just keep going. I was doing half a crank or 3/4 of a crank, and just backing it back out. And like I said, it took me about 10 minutes to do it right, 15 minutes. Just constant pressure on it, not too hard, not too soft. Like I said, you don't want to tweak it and break off the tap on the inside here. That wouldn't be a good thing. Yeah, just be easy with it. And same with the drill bits when you're drilling it out. Sorry, I talked too fast. I had about a pot of coffee this morning. What else? Yeah, just keep going. Keep going, drill it out, tap it out, back it out. Back it out. Okay. Take it off. Blow it out. Get all those freaking shavings out of there. Like I said, I like to do the tap too. Try to run the tap. So more lube. Sorry. More oil in there. You know what I'm thinking about. Anyways, yeah, on the tip of this thing. I like to do that. I mean, this stuff's great. And back on and just start the up. Keep going. Go, go, go. And pretty soon this thing's going to bottom out from where you drilled that into the crank. It's going to bottom out. So it bottoms out, let's say, you know, you went all the way in. This is going to go probably all the way in. So you're going to drill slowly. And you could probably do this. You could probably just, you know, take it off and just use the tap itself to go in there if you wanted to. I don't think you should do that, but you could do this. Once you get the pilot kind of started and you get a few threads on it. But, you know, if you've got this thing to use, then why waste your time, you know? It's really easier not to have to do it that way if I can ever get it out. Anyway, so same thing, you can do it that way. Like I said, I don't want to jack up my threads, but anyways, there you go. Just cut it in that way. And make sure you got your 2 inches, man. Yeah, it's a little overkill. It's probably, you know, ½ an inch or less overkill. I like to have just a little more depth in there, you know, just in case that bolt, the more threads the better on that bolt, because that thing's going to have 65 foot-pounds of torque on it when you put this, you know, the new harmonic balancer on there. So anyways, it's done. Boom. It's all done. I clean it out again. Always do this, man. If you have compressed air cool, it's all those chips and, you know, this stuff out there. You don't want that in there. I mean, it makes the operation a lot harder, and this is a lot more slick. So you're done pretty much doing it, man. It's good. Do this again, right? Get a little oil in there. Makes it nice and easy. Here's your bolt, minus the washer, of course. But here's your bolt. So let's try this out. So we just tap this, right? We just tap this, and we're ready to go with the bolt. Sorry, I keep getting extracted. So that's why it's unsmooth and choppy at times. I apologize for that. This is all fly by the seat of your pants stuff. First take, and then get to rehearse this. So anyways, the bolt's going in nice. Looks good. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? American ingenuity. But that's it, man. My hands are all slimy but greasy anyway. So yeah, I tap it in, go in, all the way, bottom it out, and then come back out. I'm not going to go all the way with it for time's sake. Come back out. I got this bolt from Speedway, I believe. So that's coming out nice and easy. I'm not really using a lot of torque to get it out, but that's it. Run it in there and just clean it, you know, with the original bolt, and make sure it goes in smooth. Don't force it for Pete's sake. Anyways, blow it out again. Yeah, that's my... You've done the job, and that's all I want to say. So thanks for putting up with me, and I hope you liked the video. And I couldn't find a video out here to do this. So I thought I'd put one out there for you guys, because I have this problem and nobody seems to know what the hell to do. So like I said, it would be easier if you could take it out in a machine shop. If the crank was out of the block, it'd be a snap. You could just have the machinist, you know, put it in a jig and just do it. But mine was in the motor, and you can do it too. You just need room. I guess you'd have to get a drill in there. Maybe you'd have to take out your radiator or whatever, unless you got a fresh engine. But that's it. I hope you have a good day. This is Chris, and good luck with your projects, man. And there'll be more videos, so if you want to subscribe, you know, get some more stuff going, you can enjoy that. Okay. Like I said, this is all a learning process for me too. This is the first time I've done this, so thank you very much, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.